started The Pit. Pretty good, actually. I really enjoyed, like, for the show, it is really good. And then, as I was watching it, I realized they are underpaid. They are understaffed. They're going through it. They're going through it. Dr. Robbie? Okay. Okay. I knew I would like him. That's the thing. Like, I know that I'm going to like these people, and then I watch it, and I like him so much. Oh my god, I really want him. Ah. A dog followed me on my run Saturday for 2 miles. I'll pet him once and be like, all right, go home. You need to go home. I don't know where you live, but leave me alone. Like, go to your house because this is by the road and I don't want you to get hurt. Go to your home. This dog didn't do that. And I was like, okay, dude, you really need to go home. And so I just kept running because if they don't go home at first, once they realize that they're getting further from their home, they'll turn around and go back. This dog didn't do that. He followed me for 2.5 miles. I was like, oh, frick. Came back to my house. He was panting. Like, I was like, yeah, dude, you just ran 2.5 miles. And it's kind of warm outside. So got him some water. And then me and my family went and walked around our neighborhood for 2 hours trying to find this guy's home. Nobody claimed him. And we asked people, hey, have you seen this dog? Do you know who's this dog this is? And they're like, no, we've seen him around. Nobody's claimed him. We've seen posts about him being like, hey, does anybody know this dog? And nobody's like, yeah, that's my dog. And I'm like, oh my god. Took him to the vet. He's not chipped. We don't know where this dog belongs. I'm like, oh my god. And it's been a few days, and my mom even put a post up herself. She's like, hey, anybody lose a dog? Anybody lose this dog? She posted a picture. Nobody's claimed this boy. And he's such a sweet boy. And the vet was like, he's probably just a little over a year old. I'm like, oh my god. He's missing a dew claw. It looks like it got ripped out. I was like, did somebody abuse this dog? Because I'm about to go ape. So my mom got him a cage, food bowl, and a collar, and he's just chilling out at the house. He gets along with all of our dogs really well. It's crazy. He's such a good boy. But my thought was he got dumped. I was like, somebody took this dog and they dumped him. Because it was on the back road where not a thumbs up. Somebody dumped him. Thumbs down. Dumped him. Thumbs down. It was in a back road. And there were very few houses back there anyway. And I was like, why would somebody do this to this sweet boy? So we've got, I don't know, my mom's still trying to figure out because we have 3 dogs already, and one, Basil, is kind of a big dog. She's like a medium to large size dog. And he's like a medium dog. And she's like, I don't know, you gotta think about it. I was like, okay, that's fair. But he's a good boy. He's really sweet. He just likes to be pet. He likes to play. He's house trained too. So I'm like, why? So confused. So unbelievably confused. We had tornadoes here. Yes. Today's Friday. We had tornadoes here Wednesday. It didn't hit us. I mean, it was in our area, but it didn't hit our house directly. So it hit some of the people in our neighborhood. And I was like, golly. That's what the winds were ferocious. I didn't hear any sirens, which I thought was weird. But also, I live in Tornado Alley, and one of my mom's friends who moved here from California, whenever they heard that we were going to have tornadoes, they were extremely... I mean, I guess it's a valid reaction. You know, it's a tornado and it is a deadly storm. But as somebody who grew up in hodunk towns and everything where tornadoes happened, and we would sit outside on our porch and watch the dang storm, and they were like, oh my god, make sure that you have this. We're tying our stuff down. We got our car wrapped up. I was like, that's actually, I mean, like, yeah, that's very smart thinking of you. For me, I was like, I'm just gonna go sleep. I'm gonna go to bed. I don't, if we hear the alarms, well, but also I have very little self-preservation, so, about that. Had therapy Tuesday, had a panic attack in the middle of therapy. My therapist was like, hey, this is the first time this ever happened, so she was, I mean, not to her, she obviously knows how to deal with this, but just for me personally, she was like, oh my god, you're okay. It's fine. I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. I just gotta kind of soothe myself real quick. You know how Pedro Pascal was like, hey, I have anxiety. It was like in his lower belly, like down here. Mine is up here. So I was doing this. I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. She's like, you need water? I said, no, I just need to breathe. I couldn't have exactly said, no, let me just whip out my phone real quick and look at a few DILF edits. I'll be fine. I Couldn't say that. So now instead of going every 2 weeks to therapy, it'll be every week. I was like, okay, this is great. I love this. She's like, if later you want to change it back to every 2 weeks, that's fine. She's like, I think you would benefit from maybe a weekly thing. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. That's what my mom said. That's great. Every day I fall more and more for House, which is, I have read multiple fics of him, and I've not finished the show, and a lot of the fics use, things that had happened in the show. They're like, hey, you remember when this happened? And I'm like, I actually don't know, but now that I'm watching it, I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh god, that was in the fic. I love it. I had to babysit for just 2 hours Wednesday as well. Oh my god, the same day that this, I had to babysit for 2 hours, 2 toddlers, and one was still asleep, but the older one, we hung out, and for the most part, we spent an hour just going through her stuffies. Like, she spent an hour telling me everything about her stuffies, and I was living it up. I was like, this is great. I think Marmalade and you would be best friends. I was like, these are actually really cool. She had Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy. I was like, oh my god. That's pretty rad. She had a popcorn frog. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Oh, this weather is whack. It's April, and it's 52 degrees. And it's not even going to get higher than 58. I said, whoa. And it's not that I don't like the cold weather. I love cold weather, but I love cold weather when it's consistently cold. I'm not enjoying this 50 degrees one day, 80 degrees the next. That's not really going well with my allergies. They're like, hey, I thought we were, on the rise. And I said, hey, Jackie, I can't control the weather. I keep seeing edits of Taggy and Rupert from Rivals, and I think, okay, when's season 2 coming? I know that they confirmed it. When is it coming? And also, speaking of Rivals, I think that they did David Tennant dirty with his hairstyle. They should let that man have a beard, or, a scruff. That would go crazy. That would be insane. That would be... I know that they probably won't, but still. Or, let him grow his hair out a little bit and have that little flop. I think that would be... But Rupert and Taggy, I love them. And some people are like, age gap, age gap. I'm like, dude, that's what I want. That's what I crave. That's what I desire. Oh, speaking of, people saying, get this girl a boyfriend. I don't want a boyfriend. I want a husband. And also, I definitely don't want a boyfriend from where I'm from. I refuse. I don't refuse, but I'm very weary of dating people from where I'm from. Not really felt a pull, not really felt the pill. I want to not do that. That would be great. I want to be a wife, and I want to live in like a little cottage area where we have some land and animals. Maybe, I don't know. I have like very different scenarios, just depends. Some days I want to live in a cottage and have animals. Other days I want to live in like a loft in the city where I walk and I go to Pilates, and I want to have like a soft feminine life, but I've never been a person who was comfortable in my femininity because it wasn't something that was shown to me or taught to me, and it wasn't seen as anything that was strong, which there is strength in being feminine and being a woman, but it was never taught to me, and it was never encouraged. So I tend to have a lot of masculine behaviors and everything, which puts people off. I understand. They're like, what the frick? I'm like, yeah, I know. Listen, literally, I want to be more feminine. It's just I don't know how to be, and I'm uncomfortable because it's 23 years of not embracing my feminine side. So now I'm like, well, how the frick do I do that? I don't know. But yeah, I want to be more feminine, and I want to be softly feminine. I admire those who are able to be, because you can be both. You can be both strong and feminine. I just don't know how to find that balance yet. So, kind of struggling about that right now. Yeah. I'd love to be a wife and live a soft life. That's really what I want to do. I feel like for the past 20 years, I was running on fumes, trying to survive. And now I'm like, these past 3 years, I've just been so tired. I'm tired. I'm drained mentally and emotionally. And it's like, golly, this is not really happy, is it? So sorry about that. Anything happy going on? Oh, so if we keep the dog, I kind of want to name him Wilson. He looks like a Wilson. It's not because I'm watching House. Kind of want to name him Wilson. My mom was like, what about Sullivan, and we can call him Sully? And I was like, that's freaking cute as well. That's an option I like. And my brother's like, I'm calling him Buddy. I was like, he's not Buddy. If you saw that dog's face, you'd be like, that's not a Buddy. I'm like, brother? He's like, yeah, he looks like he would have a different name, but I'm just calling him Buddy. Wait, he's not Buddy. I am kind of obsessed with the heat pad. I have it on anytime I go to sleep. I have it on right now when I wake up. The first thing I wake up, I click that button to turn it on, so that way it's nice and warm under my blankets by the time I get back from eating breakfast and doing all that stuff. And I just don't want to leave it. It's kind of bad, because once you turn that heat pad on, it's like, oh. To go to the bathroom I'm like, you gotta go pee. I'm like, I do gotta go pee, but I also want to stay warm. And I'm like, it'll be there when you get back. I'm like, that's so true. So then I just get up and I go pee, and then I come back. Oh my god. Speaking of, I just watched an episode where House couldn't pee for basically the whole entire thing. And I was like, I would cry. If I couldn't pee, I would cry my eyes out. Could you imagine going to the bathroom because you had to go really bad and it wouldn't come out and, you're in pain? I said I would right then and there. I would be like, oh my god, what the frick? Just pee. The thought of not being, I think I go to the bathroom too frequently, but I don't know. I drink a lot of water, so it makes sense as to why I go to the bathroom frequently. You don't need to know this. You don't even care. Why am I telling you? I don't know. I got to babysit again for a few hours today, so I got to run a little bit earlier, which is fine. It's fine. It's okay. Oh, one of the things that we did do also, the girls that I was babysitting, they wanted to put on, princess dresses, so they got dressed up, played princess. But they were racing princesses. I was like, this is rad. We're going to pretend that we're racing in NASCAR. So they were running around the house, and we were saying, and they're off, and another points for the people's princess. So they had fun doing that. But then after that, it was kind of backfired on me, because then they were like, we need to get Maddie a dress. I was like, hey, Maddie don't get dressed. Maddie don't wear dresses. Maddie cries. Maddie is so uncomfortable when Maddie has a dress on. Maddie doesn't know what to do. She tenses up and she walks around like a stiff board, okay? The best Maddie can do, you can get Maddie a tiara and I'll pretend like that. I don't know, but me in a dress? Oh, jeez. And it's not even that I wish I was a dress person. It just hasn't quite worked out that way yet. I don't know, but I have to wear them in order to get more comfortable in them. It's a thing that you gotta do. If you want to wear dresses, you kind of have to wear them in order to get used to wearing dresses. I know. So I guess I actually have to do that. But I'm not getting a princess dress yet. That is a huge step up. Maybe, let's start small. Maybe a skirt. A princess dress is a big step. I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of responsibility. Clarity. He's just so fine. Oh my god. Is House a jerk? Yeah. Is he rude? Is he narcissistic? Yeah. Does he got a big ego? For sure. Something else is bigger though. I still like him, and I would still... Actually, I don't know. See, whenever I say, I would pursue him in real life, if I don't know you that well, but I like you in that way, which has rarely happened. It's not like a common occurrence where I find somebody. People have this But then again, the only videos I post are of me going federal over these men, so you wouldn't know. But also, it's not every man. I'm very specific in who I choose to be, like, character-wise. But people are like, oh, they have this misconception. She goes crazy over every man. I do not. If that was the case, I couldn't leave the house. I wouldn't leave this house. But, wait a minute, that don't hit. I wouldn't leave this house. But if I was actually, I would be so shy. And the most thing that I would probably be able, unless I knew him very well, which I don't know him very well. Great, I mean, I do know him in a sense because I watched the show, but he's not real. So if I was in that world and I came across him and I don't really know him, I would definitely be blushing. Like, he could tell because I can't contain a blush. I blush so easily. My face gets red so fast. So as soon as he walked through the door, he would probably be able to tell. And also, my jaw would go slack. I can't control my facial expressions. I might be able to control my words. So, like, if I see somebody, I'm going to keep my mouth closed because, place and time, and also familiarity. If I don't know you that well, I'm not going to say that. But if he walked through the door, I would be blushing, and I would not be able to help myself from not making eye contact, and he would probably be able to, like, real quickly, oh. And then he would tease me for it, and I would like him even more. And yeah, he's got his flaws. He's not morally a great person. And there's no excuse for that. It doesn't change the fact that I still need that. There was nothing really. Oh my God. Oh, also, I've reached the point, and I'm like near the end of season 3 on House. I kind of see where people wouldn't like. I mean, I still like Cameron. I still love her. But she has done some things where I'm like, Cameron, why would you do that? Why would you do that, girl? Oh my God. It doesn't make me not like her, though. It just makes me exasperated at the decisions that she's making. Because I'm like, Cameron, girl. Oh, House and Cuddy. I know that happens. Again, I think I've already mentioned it before. They're going to hurt me. I've seen so many edits of them. And there's bits and pieces, things that have happened. And I'm like, oh my God. Why would they tease us with this and then take it away? Why? And every time Wilson shows up, he's just such a cutie pie. He's such a sweetie. Yeah, he is. She still smells like strawberries. When I got her, you know how you can stuff your Build-A-Bear with these little scent thingies? And I got strawberry marmalade. And she still smells like it. They say they last up to like 3 years, and I've had her for almost 2, I think. Or maybe I have had her for 2. How long have I had you? No, it's got to be just nearly 2. So, yeah. The scent is strong in this one. I have been asked by my therapist recently. She's like, so I don't think I've ever asked you, do you want a family of your own? And I said, I personally don't think that I would be, there's a fear in me that I wouldn't be a good mom. And I'm like, I don't want to mess a kid up. I don't want to do that to a little baby, a tiny human. That's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility having a kid. And there's a lot that goes into it. I don't have to be, but I would want to be married, to a good husband, to somebody who I would actually want to have kids with. Who I would be like, oh my God, you would make a good father. Sue me. I would want to have kids with a man who would be, there and present and is going to stick around, I know, for like a long time. Forever, hopefully. Ideally, I would like you to stay forever. Not that you can't have kids being a single parent, or you don't even need a man to have kids these days in that sense. But for me personally, and I think that single parents who are able to do it are very strong. My mom's a single parent, but just because I've seen her do that, and I know that she's strong, and I know that all the work that it takes, I'm like, I couldn't do that, me personally. I know myself. I would break apart. And so I was like, I don't know. That's what I told her because we haven't been meeting that much when she asked this question. Didn't know her that long. Now if she asked me it again, I would tell her these things. But at first I was like, I don't know. Depends on circumstances, I guess. She was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I didn't tell her I had a crippling fear of being an awful parent. Maybe I should bring that up next time. But secretly, deep down, there's a desire to be a parent, to be, a mother, but it's like the fear of being awful at it overweighs that desire to mother a child, and also the complications and the whole process of having a kid terrifies the heck out of me. Oh my god. So many things could go wrong with you or the baby. So it's just like, I would have to really love that man in order to have his kid. And he would have to really love me in order for me to want to have his kid. So, I don't know. The jury's out. We don't know yet. It depends. I'll stick with Marmalade. She keeps my hand full. She keeps my hands full. And my dogs. I love them. And I got just we'll see. We're 23. We can make it work later if that's really what you want. I would want to be a mom with the right man. Let me just put it that way. And this is a me thing, because some people like to take offense whenever you say something that only pertains to you. This is a me thing. I only want to be a mom whenever I meet the right man who I would want to have a kid with. Me. So, yeah. Oh, and as much as I joke about, oh my god, I want to get down and dirty and get flirty, I'm not just going to have, saucy times with anybody. I would not feel comfortable. One night stands do not seem appealing to me in the slightest. The only reason why I'm okay being like, oh yeah, is because they're fictional characters, and I know that it would never happen. This was a shorter day. I gotta get ready to go run. That was a long talk about nothing. Sorry about that, but I hope that you have a great weekend. Easter is coming up. If you celebrate Easter, hope you have a good Easter. If you don't celebrate Easter, hope you have a good day. And yeah, her little tail. We don't have Artie the axolotl with us today. We got Marmalade the bunny. So she'll be the one to wish us a good day, a good weekend. Okay? I love you. Marmalade loves you. Bye.